How's it going? Oh, it's often nice when relax. You turn on your CD player and you put in a more of a positive and uplifting hardcore punk album. This is Betrayed in their 2018 album, Why Must Everything Involve Politics? For those of you that don't know Betrayed, they're a legendary hardcore Pinoy punk band. They're from the 80s. Their very first album was just self-titled Betrayed. It came out in 1986, originally on DMZ Records in the Philippines, and then Tommy Tadjenko of Twisted Red Cross reissued it on Twisted Red Cross. And 86, that album happened. They've been featured on the Rescue Letters and Human Barricade series, Brave New World Live, and so forth, Katrina's. And in 1996, they released an album called Again, which is pretty good. It's on another label. And then 2018, this album, and Boyette McGill, my friend, he's the guitarist of Betrayed and Buddy Trinidad. But I wanted to talk about Betrayed. Why must everything involve politics? It's a really good question. Why must everything involve politics? Politics ruin everything. When you're sitting at the family dinner table, suddenly you and your brother or you and your dad or someone just brings up Trump or just something in politics, and it just always creates a fucking stir. Politics destroys friendships, it destroys relationships, it destroys everything. Politics destroys countries, it causes... That's why they say on the job, never discuss religion and politics because it creates so much turmoil. Because of the classic old school opinions, or the classic old school saying, I meant to say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, some people have two. That's just such a great title for this album. Why must everything involve politics? Which I know you'd be like, whoa, you got a CD there. Yeah. Boyette had his wife and daughter send me this. It's fucking cool looking. And over there in the corner of the D, they got the Philippine flag, the red, white, and blue up there, only there's no stars on it. I've been listening to Betrayed for about a year now. The first album of theirs I listened to was obviously the 86 self-titled album. It's on YouTube, and then I managed to find someone who owned it, and they sent me a digital rip from the cassette tape, which was pretty cool. So I got that, and then I found online a rip of the Again CD, the 1996, and then, before Again, Boyette sent me this, but this album's got 10 tracks on it. Fire, Terror Is, Doing Time, President, Caught in the Crossfire, The Answer Is You, Never Again, Where Has Love Gone, TFG, and All That I Have. To sum it up in just a few words, very positive and uplifting hardcore punk addressing some very controversial and subjective matter, especially about political and social climatic turmoil that's occurring in the Philippines that can honestly, most of these songs can even be relatable to people in any country. I want to talk about a few that really get my attention, but I'm going to talk about them all, obviously. The album opens with the song Fire. It's the first track on the album. And Fire opens with this blazing-ass guitar solo, and it really just sets the mood for the entire thing. This is the mood of it. I mean, when you look at this, you feel like this is going to be something hectic. Betrayed. Why must everything involve politics? I mean, looking at the cover, there's a newspaper in the background and shit, and it's on fire, and Betrayed just slices it open with their name on there. So you know this is about ready to tear shit up. This is about ready to really set a fire to what terror is. Calling out the president, and Caught in the Crossfire, The Answer Is You, Never Again, Where Has Love Gone, TFG, All That I Have. You can honestly just look at the songs on here, and the song titles themselves perfectly describe what you're in store for when you listen to this CD album here. Which I do wish this was on vinyl, because man, it would sound so good if it was. Maybe someday. But the song Fire is just pretty much about never forgetting who you are. No matter what sort of tough times you go through, the fire inside is what keeps you alive. I like the line where Buddy Trinidad sings, no matter what I've been through, as long as I can still read and write my own name, as long as I can remember my name, write my name, just no matter what you've been through in life, just use that as fire to make yourself a stronger and better person. Betrayed's always about positive vibes. I've heard all 3 of their albums, and I don't know a single one of their albums that has a depressing song. They're just not a depressing band. And even when they're not betrayed, even when, Boyette's in Breed Deep Doubt, Tame the Tikbalang, they're always betrayed, which I love how I keep calling them betrayed. Whatever Boyette is involved in, it's always good sounding. It's always positive. Even when the subject matter is rather negative, they always seem to spin it around and bring a positive message from it. And that's why I love listening to Betrayed and really anything that Boyette is involved with. Which, by the way, my friend Boyette was actually not involved in the 1996 album, again, by Betrayed. He wasn't involved with that one, just the first album, this album, and obviously the one that's coming next. Just want to throw that out there. But yeah, fire is just about using the fire inside all the bad times, use all the negativity in your life, in your past, present, and future, to fuel. Just use it, fuel for the fire to do better. Use that, learn from your past mistakes. You can do it. You believe in yourself. It's just a good hardcore punk song. It's got good guitars. It's one you can just thrash around to. The next song is called Terror Is. And this song is just calling out the government for dropping bombs. They drop bombs. They don't give a damn about who they hurt. The military-industrial complex is corrupt. They bomb all these countries. They kill random people. They don't care as long as these corporations get their, as long as these greedy corporations get the incentive of the war that they're after, like the oil or whatever it is, as long as they're able to take over and assume power and get what they invade for, they don't care who they hurt, how many lives they kill. They don't give a damn. They really don't. And unfortunately, more and more people keep signing up for the military, signing up for the army to just fuel these worthless wars we're in. And I'm not just referring to the war in the Middle East. I'm talking about any fucking wars. All wars, war has one purpose. Greed, power, and money. That's all that war is. I can't really come up with the name of a war that was really about, well, I mean, there's obviously, okay, when I say I can't come up with a war that actually had a real meaning to it, the only time when I support combat is when it's self-defense. Like, let's say a country goes to invade another country to steal the resources, when the defensive country is trying to fight against the offensive country because, they don't want their stuff taken, they don't want to be hurt. That right there I support. You support the defensive. But you get what I'm talking about. The song Terror is really good, and it's easy to listen to. You can hear the words. You can hear the words in all of these songs. But yeah, the song Terror this really explains the problem with the modern world and our obsession with war and the war hawks that are just killing people left and right. It really describes it perfectly. The next song is called Doing Time. It's just about, it's comparing doing this, the life that you live. Sometimes it feels like you're doing time, It's pretty simple as that. The fourth song in here is called President, and this is one of the songs that you can kind of relate to whatever country you live in, although they do make the reference to you've only got 6 years' time to, prove that you're the man. That is making a reference to, they're obviously talking about Rodrigo Duterte, or whoever the current president of the Philippines is in the past and the future, because in the Philippines, in the United States, obviously, the president gets 2 terms if he or she wins, re-election, but originally 4 years and then 4 years if they win re-election. In the Philippines, there's just 6 total years. You only have 6 total years in power, unless you're Ferdinand Marcos, and then different story there, isn't there? Unfortunately. But yeah, the president, I love the chorus on this. I can still hear their fucking screams. Or can't you hear their fucking screams? He's still in the dreams. That song talks about how the president just doesn't care. He's ruthless. He's evil. He's stealing away people's dreams. He's making blood spill. Just calling him out for the evil tyrant that he is. Calling him out and saying, these people trusted in you. They gave you their hearts. They gave you everything. They put you in power because they believed that you were going to do right for them. They believed that you were going to love and help them and bring happiness and restore freedom and democracy. They believed in you. And now look at you, you're screwing them over, you're ruining their lives, you're stealing their dreams, you're crushing them, and you don't care. You just want to be the big, powerful man on top, you worthless president. It's pretty much what that song is about, which can be relatable to any country anywhere in the world, other than the line where this is 6 years' time. But, Betrayed is Philippine, so obviously they're mainly talking about Duterte with this, because obviously this came out in 2018. Duterte is the president in 2018, I know it's 2019. Wow, we're in July 9th currently, and I just made a 2018 reference there. That's hilarious. Usually that only happens in January, but yeah, that's what the song President is about. Just about President getting in and fucking everybody over. The next song is called Caught in a Crossfire, which if you listen to Betrayed's 1986 self-titled cassette tape, or the digital album if you happen to find a rip of it, this is where that came from. The only difference between the 86 version and the 2018 version is this version is a lot more polished and it's a little easier to hear. Now, I don't own the Betrayed cassette, but I only own the rip. But the original Caught in a Crossfire is distorted, it's raw, it's cut to the chase, it's fast, it's Fast and Furious, Betrayed, just on fire. This one here is a more emotional version of it. This one right here is a more, not slowed down to say, but this one right here, you don't need a lyric sheet to listen to this one. So, depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm in a mood for raw and hardcore shit that I can just scream, that they're screaming the lyrics. And sometimes I'm in the mood for stuff that I can actually listen to and hear and, analyze the lyrics and appreciate more. This one is just honestly Betrayed is older, they're more mature in their sound, not mentally. They're more mature in their sound, and this version of Caught in the Crossfire is easier to swallow, and it's easier to take in than the original. In fact, 4 songs on this album are remakes of older Betrayed songs. I can't remember which ones. I think Caught in the Crossfire, Never Again, Where Has Love Gone, and then there's one more on here that's an original song. I just can't remember what it was. But Caught in the Crossfire, I mean, self-explanatory. This means there's war going on, there's a lot of shit happening, there's turmoil, there's riots, society's falling apart, there's war, all this negative stuff is going on, and you know how some people want to get involved with it and try to make change, but other people just, they know it's taking place, they wish they could help, they wish they could do something, but unfortunately they just want to live their life and try to make the best of the situation. But accidentally they get caught in the crossfire. That's what that song is about. And goddamn, not even just in a political sense, but almost anyone and everyone can honestly relate to that to some extent. We all end up getting, at some point in our lives, or multiple points in our lives, we all end up getting caught in the crossfire of something that we didn't originally want to be involved with. And the situational basis, obviously, we can relate to that. I mean, I've recently... Some people it happens more than others, but it's never good to get caught in the crossfire or something tragic or something shitty or just whatever. Getting caught. I love that song. That's honestly my favorite Betrayed song, Caught in the Crossfire, because, yeah, highly relatable music right there. Whew. The next song is The Answer Is You, which this song is awesome because it actually references the title of the album, Why Must Everything Involve Politics? The song is just about corruption, like many of the other songs are, but it's saying, out of all the bad stuff that's going on, you still have a voice. You can still use your voice. The answer is you. Yes, which I love how it perfectly comes right after Caught in the Crossfire. It does, see? Caught in the Crossfire, and then the answer is you. You have a voice. Now that you've been caught in the crossfire and you're stressed and you are now part of a bigger problem than what you originally had, use your voice. Help de-escalate the situation. Plot out an idea, a hypothesis, do what you can to come up with a way to help make things better. The answer is you. If you give up, you can't give up. You can't give up on things. Everybody wants to give up when things get hard, but giving up on things only makes things harder. That's just common sense. So the answer is you. You can come up with an answer. There are things, and I'm going to say it, in every single situation, there is at least something that you can do to improve the situation and make it better than it was. There is always an option It might not be an easy option by any means. It might be one of the hardest options available, but there's always at least something that you can do to make almost any situation better than it is. The answer is you. You just gotta find it. See, I told you Betrayed is so uplifting. I mean, yeah, you guys. I uploaded this to my YouTube, to my punk rock channel. You guys have to listen to this album. It's fucking amazing. I love it. Never again, never again will you feel that song is self-explanatory. It kind of goes into Fire, and the rest of them just never again will I be abused. Never again. Never again are you going to let yourself get knocked down. Never again are you going to let yourself get hurt. Never again are you going to fall for it. The answer is you. See, all these songs, melt literally into each other to some extent. They all fit. I mean, this track list is an A. Boyette, Buddy Trinidad, you guys did a perfect job with this track list. These songs are literally fire. These songs just melt right into one another, and they make so much sense just going chronologically down the track list. This is such an uplifting album. The next song on here is called Where Has Love Gone? Where Has Love Gone? This was originally on the 86 Betrayed album, and I think it's been on Rescue Letters and Barricades, either 1 or 3. Can't remember if someone. So let me check that real quick so I get my information right in this review video. I've got it pulled up here on my iTunes, so I have a digital rip of the cassette. Hell yeah, my friend. I wish, if any of you out there have the cassette tape and you'd like to sell it to me, hit me up. Okay, Rescue Letters 1. Rescue Letters 1 has Betrayed by You. I thought they had another. Oh, an Urban Assault. So no, it's Rescue Letters 3. Rescue Letters 3 has oh, ain't gonna fight for you. Never Again. Okay, so Never Again, this song was featured on Rescue Letters 3. I just know that Where Has Love Gone, I think that's on Brave New World Live. It was never meant to be this way. It was never meant to be this way. That's on there. I get confused sometimes as to which song is on which album, but hey, you know what, that can happen at times. Maybe it's on Katrina's. I'm trying to figure this out, because it's important. I'll have all this information in the description with all these albums, so that y'all can just sit down there and chill out and go, listen to this stuff, because there's a lot of good Philippine punk rock music out there. Yep, Katrina's, I knew it. I will have a link to all of these cassette punk rock Philippine albums so that you guys can check that out, because you guys need to listen to all this stuff. It's so good. But Where Has Love Gone? It's kind of one of the slower songs on the album. It is. But Where Has Love Gone is emotionally charged. And the song is actually not about politics whatsoever. Why must everything involve politics? Well, Where Has Love Gone is not about politics. It's about heartache and someone you love leaving you for someone else. That's what the song is about, which I technically am not a fan of love songs, but I like Betrayed, and I like the delivery, and I like the feel, and I love the message in it. When I'm sad, when I'm feeling depressed because I'm without my wife, I listen to some Betrayed, Where's Love Gone, which I know my wife hasn't left me for someone else, but I can kind of mold it into my own different perception of the song. But yeah, it's a pretty good love song. If you ever get dumped or something, go listen to it. It might make you feel better. TFG and All That I Have. The album, it ends with the song All That I Have, which is an acoustic song. It is not punk, it is acoustic, and it does justice. And that is me saying that because I don't like acoustic music that much. I don't really care for acoustic music. I just acoustic sounds sappy and makes me feel even more depressed than I already am, and so I don't really tend to listen to acoustic. But Betrayed, they pull it off good. They pull it off pretty well. I mean, the idea of the song is quite self-explanatory. All That I Have, I don't really want to go into it. I will leave that one for you, and also TFG for you to listen to and for you to make your own idea about. I just wanted to. I know some of these songs I went into deep analyzation of, and some of the songs I just kind of made a few comments about, but that's because I want you to go listen to this Betrayed album for yourself and form your own opinion of it. I just wanted to talk about Betrayed. Why must everything involve? I fucking love this album. I love the cover. I love the songs. It's so good. You guys really need to listen to this. I mean, seriously. There's the CD itself, which let me pull the CD out real quickly because I want to show you the band. You pull the CD out, and here. There you go. There you go. See that? Betrayed's playing live there. Betrayed is Boyers, Buddy, Ed, and Manny. Betrayed Music 2018. You can see in this picture right here that they are... Oh, shit. I lost my camera. They're playing at a live show. It's a picture of them playing at a live show. That's what the entire inner of the CD is. It's them at a live show. It's pretty cool. I like that. Got Betrayed there. All songs by Betrayed. Buddy Trinidad is the lead vocalist and guitars. Buddy Miguel is the guitars, backing vocals, and mandolin. Manny Pagshian drum, backing vocals, and Jambe? I'm not sure what that is. Ed Ramos, bass, backing vocals, and glockenspiel. What? I don't know what that is. Additional instruments by Ian Guaves. Recorded at Digital Dungeon by Ian Guaves. Photos by Richie Macapinyak. Layout and design by Orin Creative. Produced by Betrayed and Ian Guaves, I meant to say. Contact thebandbetrayed@gmail.com. So yeah, my friends, there you have it. That's the personnel, because I always usually like to read that to everybody. Anyway, yeah, this is Betrayed. Why must everything involve politics? And looking one more time at the artwork here, there's a bunch of bullshit in the newspaper in the background, and the band is just... The songs, they've caught the newspaper on fire. Betrayed has just ripped the newspaper up. Why must everything involve politics? Let's get our minds off of this. You know, let's just... Politics ruin everything. This album is such a good album for just tearing up politics, tearing up the turmoil, tearing up the distress, and shedding a more positive light on things that would normally depress everyone. You know what I mean? And that's why I love Betrayed, and that is why you love Betrayed. Good 21st century hardcore punk sound with still an old school vibe, and not depressing, not, you know, nothing that it's gonna make you... You're not gonna leave this album feeling bad. You're gonna leave this album with a smile on your face, feeling a lot better than you did when you first hit the play button, because Betrayed, they're full of positive vibes, you know? I'm dropping this. They are full of positive vibes, and that's really all I can say about it. I'm Anarka. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope I get to see Betrayed sometime, maybe Beauty Without, Tim the Ticklabong. I'll review all them later, and I will review the 86 self-titled Betrayed next or so. I just wanted to review Why Must Everything Involve Politics, because it's their newest CD, and, you know, it's current event, and, yeah, I'm an Akaza. That's for done here.